Hi, so today we have Stacy Comer, a third year MIS student with a minor in business analytics at The Ohio State University. She's had a wide variety of internships in data analytics, ranging from Westfield Insurance, an AI startup called Olive. She is the president of the Big Data and Analytics Association at Ohio State, which is the largest data analytics student organization on campus, and most recently a data analytics intern at Huntington National Bank. And she is an incoming data analytics intern at Abercrombie and Fitch. Thank you for coming on with me today, Stacy.
Of course.
So, to get it all started, what initially attracted you to data analytics?
It's kind of funny, kind of by accident. So both of my parents actually come from a computer science background, and they're pretty math brain type of people as well as I am. So they kind of recommended, oh, you should do computer science. It would fit you really well. I was like, oh gosh, no way. Like coding is so boring. I would never do that and sit behind a desk all day. And then one day my mom and I were talking about the different ads on Facebook and how they're powered by data analytics. And I was like, oh wow, that's so interesting. I would love to do that. And so I did, went into the business analytics and the information systems. Little did I know how much coding and computer science was behind all of it. But I actually ended up really enjoying it. So
Awesome. So, what is your leadership style like as president of BDA, as well as other roles you may have held and internships and stuff alike?
yeah, I would say kind of contrasting. I'm very direct, but I would also say that I care a lot about people. And I think that's more what people that work with me get out of me. I care a lot about the team and making sure everyone feels heard and making sure everyone feels like what they're doing is actually making a difference. Because I think when leaders start to lose sight of that, they also start to lose interest, or their members start to lose interest. So I think staying focused on my team and stuff like that is stuff that I try to do every day.
Okay, awesome. So, what are some of your tricks or hacks or other words of advice that you leverage to land all your internships and leadership positions?
The biggest thing for me that's been helpful is networking. I found that companies get bored of the same old elevator pitch over and over again.
Yeah.
So I found actually forming relationships with everyone I talk to and kind of understanding where they're coming from, what they're looking for, and what their company's like has been more helpful for me. Because that helps me to determine and helps them to determine if there's a culture match. Because at the end of the day, what companies are looking for is people that they want to work with on a day-to-day basis. So for me, it's been just figuring out the different cultures of companies and getting to know people. And then I've found the best success with that.
Awesome. Do you have any principles or quotes or anything that influence how you live, work, and lead?
Yeah, so I kind of similar to what I said earlier, the biggest thing that I try to live by is treating people like people, which seems obvious at first, but I think that a lot of people can get caught up in trying to find what the people that are working for them is what they're getting out of that, rather than trying to invest in the people that they work with and making sure everyone is growing and is happy. Because at the end of the day, that's when they're going to be doing their most work and that's when they're going to feel passionate. So, this is something that you kind of learn by watching leaders who don't care about their people and how people start to lose interest and either leave the company or just give poor work. So I found that treating people with respect and caring about them has helped. So
Awesome. So, do you think you'd attribute your success more so to your academics or your student organizations and otherwise?
I would say that school does the best job of laying the foundation. So for me personally, getting the intro coding classes and the statistics classes, things like that has helped to lay the foundation. But I would definitely say that work and extracurricular activities like BDAA has helped to me learn more applicable skills and a lot faster too. Being thrown into something and being forced to learn it for a project is definitely the quickest way to learn, also the most relevant things. So I think you need a combination of both.
Okay, awesome. So now we're going to kind of break down your experience at Huntington. So what was the interview process like, and how did you get in contact with them and all that?
So I met them at a career fair, the BDAA career fair in the fall,
Okay.
and I met with a director in their data analytics department and was talking with him and ended up applying online and getting a screening with HR, phone interview type of deal, and then another phone interview with a different director in data analytics, and then was offered the job after that. So I actually never had an in-person interview, which is a little
Yeah.
different, but that was kind of the process I went through.
Okay. So do you think you have any like good advice or tricks that people want to hear like in interviews and throughout the recruitment process to kind of sway the recruiters to look your way? Just the extra stuff besides the
Yeah,
computer and all
I
that.
would say, yeah, doing research in the company is super important. Um, for one of the interviews I had with the startup Olive, they actually asked me, "What do you know about our company?" And luckily, I did research on them,
Yeah.
so I knew. But the recruiter after told me, "You'd be surprised how many times I ask that question and people have nothing to say." So I think that it's really important to show respect and make sure that like you're interested in the job and you're interested in the company, not just getting an interview and just trying to get a job, that you're actually concerned about the company specifically.
Okay, that's very cool. Do you have any words of advice for people who are just starting internships, like maybe what to do on your first day and throughout, if they're not feeling confident or anything, like something you might have done?
Yeah, I would just say be a sponge and be comfortable with being uncomfortable because coming into a job the first day, everyone else has been there and they know what they're doing. So you kind of feel out of place and you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to learn all this information that everyone else knows.
Yeah.
But I would just say that that's okay and be comfortable with that. Everyone knows that you don't know what they know. So just be a sponge and take in as much as you can, even from things that you wouldn't necessarily think. So um, just being, I don't know, just taking it all in because a lot of experiences um, aren't necessarily the job you do, but rather the people you meet and figuring out how the business works as a whole rather than in your specific department.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that's probably all I have for now. So thank you so much for coming on with me tonight. I really appreciate all your good advice, so thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.